Alright, I welcome you to this new episode of the Political Analysis program. This is Rodin Ngema, the Afro-pessimist. Today, let's dive into the United States of America. We had a presidential debate there between Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, and the Deputy President Kamala Harris, who is now the Democratic Party nominee after Biden withdrew from the presidential race. Donald Trump and Kamala met for the first time on the presidential debate stage in Philadelphia on Tuesday last night. They may have shaken hands, but they did not hit it off. In a fair 90 minutes, Harris frequently rattled the former president with personal attacks that threw him off message and raised the temperature of this highly anticipated contest. Her pointed digs on the size of his rally crowds, his conduct during the Capitol riot, and on the officials who served in his administration who have since become outspoken critics of his campaign, repeatedly left Trump on the back shot. Of course, the pattern for much of this debate was Harris goading her Republican rival into making extended defenses of his past conduct and comments. He gradually obliged, raising his voices at times and shaking his head. Americans should go to a Trump rally, Harris said during an early question about immigration, because they were illuminating. People start leaving the rallies out of exhaustion and boredom, she explained. The Bob clearly rattled the former President Donald Trump, as he then spent most of his answer on a topic that should have been one of his main areas of strength, defending his rally sizes and belittling hers. Trump went from there to an extended brief on a debunked report that Haitian immigrants in the town of Springfield, Ohio, were abducting and eating their neighbors' pets. If debates are won and lost on which candidate best takes advantage of issues where they are strong and defends or deflects on areas of weakness, Tuesday night tilted in favor of the vice president or deputy president, who is none other than Harris Kamala. A Snap CNN poll of voters watching said that Harris performed better, and betting markets said the same. This is a snapshot that could be momentary, but the Harris tactic of putting Trump on the defensive was clear early in the evening when the topics covered were the economy and abortion. Public opinion surveys indicate many Americans are unhappy with how the Biden administration, of which Harris is a key member, we know that, has handled inflation and the economy. But surprisingly, Harris turned the topic to Trump, who's proposed across-the-board tariffs, which she labeled a Trump sales tax, and then brought up Project 2025, the controversial independent conservative plan for a future Republican administration. As he has in the past, Trump distanced himself from the project and defended his tariff plan, noting that the Biden administration had kept many of the tariffs in his first presidency. There were valid points, but it kept him from hammering the vice president on inflation, consumer prices. When they reached on the issue of the abortion, Trump defended his handling of the issue, saying that Americans across the spectrum wanted the Roe v. Wade abortion protections overturned by the Supreme Court, a statement that polling does not support. He struggled to make his position clear, and his answer was at times rambling. Harris, meanwhile, took the opportunity to make an impassioned personal appeal to families who have faced severe pregnancy complications and have been unable to receive abortion care in states that have banned the procedure, states with Trump abortion bans, as she called them. It is insulting to the women of America That's how she concluded. It was a carefully moderated message in an area in which she has a double-digit advantage of Trump. Time and time again, as the evening progressed, Harris put Trump on the defensive with jabs and barbs that he could have ignored but seemingly left compelled to address. At one point, Harris was asked about the liberal positions, such as those on oil shale fracking that she took during her failed 2019 presidential campaign and has since abandoned. Her deliberate prodding continued, and she ended her answer by noting that she did not take handouts from her wealthy father. Again, the former president, Donald Trump, took the bait. Instead of hitting the vice president on her shifting views, a clear area of weakness, he opened his response by talking about the tiny fraction of money he took from his father. On the Afghanistan withdrawal, another weak point for Harris, the vice president shifted the conversation to Trump's negotiations with Taliban officials and inviting them to Camp David. It was a pattern that played out over and over and proved very effective. Of course, the Republicans are already complaining about what they say was the favoritism that ABC moderators David Meyer and Reince Davis showed toward Harris. Both of them pushed back and fact-checked assertions made by Trump on several occasions. In the end, however, it was Trump's responses and eagerness to take and deliver whatever bait Harris set out for him, and that was the story of the evening. And that played out in the faces of the two candidates. Whenever her opponent was talking, Harris took on a studied role of bemusement or incredulity. Trump, for his part, mostly scolded. Up until now, Harris' campaign had been coy about whether she would agree to another debate. Almost immediately after this one ended, they called for another second presidential debate before November. That alone should indicate how well the Democrats from Democratic Party think Tuesday night went for the Deputy President Kamala Harris. This is Rodin Mgema, the Afro Pessimist. I'll be back with other updates concerning about the presidential elections of the United States of America. I'm looking forward on ways to improve on my programs. Please let me know about what you have liked and where the areas where I can improve on. The Almighty God of all creation is great and of course is exceedingly merciful. Special greetings goes to all the students of this at the Faso University, the administration, Mr. Hikrupa from Stockholm, Sweden, Mr. Roger Saruho from Buziga, and all other anonymous listeners who are out there. Thank you very much for listening. I remain Rodin Mgema, the Afro Pessimist. A very good morning.